Alrighty, so today we're back playing some more Tropico 6, and today we're on to episode number 4 of our perfect communist utopia. And I was giving it some thought before I started recording today, and what I'm thinking is I want to consolidate all of the buildings that we currently have. And what I mean by consolidate is like all these houses over here, we should get rid of them. The high school, this, like all these buildings, we should move them and condense them down into as few of these city blocks as possible. So that's going to be like priority number 1. Well, maybe priority number 2. I think what might be a little more important is to actually get all of our resources in check. What I mean by that is I want to get like everything in order for our industrial zones here. So I think that we're fine on sugar and corn, and I just want to make sure that we're producing enough resources, not producing too few, not producing too many, and just get everything sort of like evened out, so that way we don't really have to like worry about it for a couple episodes, and I can focus on other things. And then once I do plan on doing some major expansions to industry, I can just build on top of what we have currently. So the trees are good, everything hopefully for right now is like alright. Well, you know what, honestly I think it's all good, because we are overproducing all of our mineral resources with all the mines that we have. And like I said, I'm totally fine with like consuming all of these deposits, so we'll probably end up just leaving those. But we have like 1/3 of a million, and I want to get all of this taken care of before we make it too much further and get ourselves in like a pickle where we kind of can't produce enough money to sustain everything, and then we'll be like in too deep, you know. So let's go ahead and start doing some moving around. I think right here is going to be a good spot. It's always a good idea to sort of focus on like what would you call this, like public services and whatnot, before you focus on anything else really. So let's go ahead and move over this newspaper. This one's on the Word. These city blocks are just like really big, and there's like a lot of thinking that you should do in regards to all of that. But refuse incineration, we could do scrap head scrounging, trace amounts of aluminum, rubber, uranium, and nickel. But I mean, are these trace amounts really worth, like, the money is fine. Spending the money on it I think is totally fine. My issue with it is like Teamsters are gonna have to come and pick this up, and it's like, is that worth it? Like, for trace amounts? And then if we have like a bunch of waste treatment facilities all doing that, then you know, could get not messy, but just like a bit obnoxious, I would say. Let's just demolish all the churches. We can just, you know, use nothing but cathedrals. I think that'll be a smart move. And I kind of think, I don't think each city block needs its own cathedral. I think one cathedral, maybe for 4, is probably good enough. Entertainment buildings though, we're definitely gonna need a lot of these. And the difference is the amount of like, what's it called, visitor slots. I think that there's like plenty of visitor slots on top of that. No. Yeah, just the amount of visitor slots, I think we'll be fine with the cathedral for like 4 city blocks. So let's consider what else we want to move over. Maybe the movie theater would probably be a good idea. Ooh, we could do it here. I think that looks kind of good. And then let's do another modern apartment. And I'm kind of thinking that here could be a good spot. And then I do want to start moving away from nuclear energy. So we'll probably just end up selling all of our uranium that we mine. Because even on the lowest budget, the wage is still $22 a month, which is, you know, pushing people over into the rich bracket. And then with the solar power plants, the maximum or the minimum wage is only $16 a month. So these are going to be much more viable for the island that we're trying to build up here. High schools, I think 1 every 2 city blocks. So let's go ahead and move over this high school to here, I would say. Yes. And you know what? I think these city blocks are gonna be just a bit wider. We don't need too many roads. And if we want to build like something on the interior, like this police station, if we want to push it towards the middle, then we can do, I think we'll do this one just sort of as an example. We can just like, you know, road up to here. I think that's fine. So we moved over this high school. This church is, yeah, it's being demolished. Let's go get the other, not the other, but the first newspapers. So what about you? You're influencing pretty much just the city block here. We have two here, don't we? Yes. This one is going to reach over most of this though, so that's good. The Word and then Red Star. So we need a Red Star newspaper here. Where is the one on Red Star? Am I blind? We can just change this one to Red Star, move it on over. I guess we could do this. Now we do need to make sure that our electricity like issues are all taken care of. Then again, did I electrify these? No, I didn't. A lot to think about. Maybe for simplicity's sake, we just do another solar power plant. I think that'll be a good move. Let's put this on high priority. They're already working on it, but it'll just be nice to make sure it gets done. And so then here's a third high school. I think we can just leave that one for now. Let's move over this nightclub. Probably want another police station over here. Suppose that's a good spot. Let's move this hospital on over. We already have one there, but we can do another one. I don't want too many buildings, sort of like too many like small buildings next to each other, so let's do this one here. That leaves a 2x3 where we can put a skyscraper. Good idea. Teamsters offices, we can start moving and sort of like mixing and matching amongst all the other buildings. I would say here, and then there's another room for another tall building. Good, good, good. These restaurants we can move over. Let's do this one here, I would say. Maybe here. Yeah. We don't need this church anymore. We can move over a cabaret. I like the idea of this spot here, but like I was saying, I do want to leave some room for some other buildings. And hopefully the Discord notifications aren't being picked up. I don't think that they will be. Let's move over this theater. If we do here, there's a 2x3 for a tall building. And then we have access to other things there. That's good. The Childhood Museum. Let's go ahead and move this to here. Right next to the church on religious fostering. Is that what it's called? Religious fostering? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Sort of fits the vibe. Okay. Clinics, we probably don't need clinics anymore. Let's just demolish those on up. And then, you know what? It's a bit of an extreme move, but let's go through and demolish all the housing. Wow. Whoa. National Day. Legalized substances. Okay. We made some factions pretty upset with that huge move, but it'll probably be okay. We just need to make sure that these don't go through, whatever we do. So National Day and legalized substances. We need to turn both of those on, and hopefully they get leveled up quick enough. But we're probably going to need to prepare for that
Would any of these be of interest to you? It's all strictly above.
by trying to get some, what's it called, in some Swiss bank money. So let's focus on guaranteeing that we can do that. Customs office. Do the customs office here, perhaps? We'll do it right behind this radio station. And then also I want to do a bank. Hopefully this isn't too expensive wage-wise. I kind of think what we can do is this. Oh, I should turn on both these edicts. What am I doing? National Day. Legalized substances. Let's turn both of those on. Hopefully that doesn't make any other factions really upset. I researched that, did I not? Do we not have the research points for it? That would be so sad if we didn't. We don't. Okay, so we're gonna have to make sure that we, what's it called, get that through, what's it called, let's just cancel that then. We need to make sure that we get enough Swiss bank money and the broker offer to, what's it called, actually have that constructed on up. Let's do this here, I would say. Yeah, and then there's enough room for another tall building behind. Okay. Lots of Teamsters offices without a road. So let's just move some over into the industrial zone, I reckon. Can do 2, 3 like this, and then 2 like that. That literally perfectly tiles that. That's pretty cool. Alright. Construction office, an old one, I guess. I guess I should say. Could do this here, honestly. But I kind of want a tall building there. I guess for now we'll just throw it over here and hope that things turn out alright for us with that. So National Day, we only need to level it up once. So let's go and find it. Hopefully it doesn't, I think this takes a long time, honestly. We really can't afford, no, we should be able to get that within the next 2 years. But legalized substances, we're definitely not going to be able to do that one, so go ahead and put you on a high priority as well. And then let's actually try and research the bank. How cool we get it. We should also have researched the customs office. Customs office. Oh, cool, we got both of them. That's actually pretty tremendous. We lost a lot of support, but there's no election. Let's see when our next election is. 1932. So we have 7 years to get that back up. We should be fine. Yeah, we have a lot of unemployed people, and we're starting to get a lot of homeless people now, but that'll probably be okay. So, my question is, okay, so yeah, we're losing money every month with what's it called, modern apartments being on the max budget, so we're gonna have to try and get the housing quality up without increasing the budget, which with this metro station we're already doing for this city block out here. So on the medium budget they're getting 96, and then what was it, yeah, the fire stations. Okay, so these two together will give us 96. That's pretty close to 100, and I'm happy with that. So that'll be sort of like our go-to method here. But what I also want to do is demolish all this housing out here. I mean, might as well do it right now since the conservative faction already hates us. Oh no, another... Issue the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. We have 3 years to do that. I would say that's not bad. Okay, well, I mean, in the very least, we're getting this all done way before it gets, like, super late game. and before the population grows too much. So I'm pretty happy about that, in the very least.
Concerned about foreign trade putting you out of a job? Fear not! The customs office is here to protect you by monitoring international trade.
Let's move this on out to here. We could do this here. No, there's a what's it called right in front of it. Let's do this here. Ooh, that actually fits rather quite well. Cool. So now we have a customs office. Let's bring the budget up to here, and then let's do special tax. So we can start making money off of, like Swiss bank money off of that. And then we should research the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. This might take a bit of time to actually pull off, but it only costs 15,000. So as long as we have 15,000 and we successfully research this, then we can do this ultimatum. National Day should level up. Yeah, that'll be easy. We can take care of that. Legalized substances, we need to get the Swiss bank money for. Okay, cool. So things are looking at least manageable for now. 200 homeless families, we need to start putting people into homes. Another police station. I mean, this one could go here. I don't hate that. Yeah, let's do this one here. Okay, cool. Alright, alright. The word. Let's look at newspapers. So there's one around here, one here, and then one up here. But I believe all of these neighborhoods are being affected by both Red Star. The word's getting pretty much all of this. It is getting all of that. And then Red Star should get all of this. Okay, cool. And so we need one more on the word up here. So let's find you. You're on the word. Relocate. And put you somewhere around here. Perhaps right next to the bank. Perhaps here. I kind of like the idea of maybe here. Yes, I see the vision for that. Cool. And then we have these two out here. We can just leave those alone for now. Libraries. Alright. So we're going to need a lot of electricity for all of this. And what sucks is we need to go with the lowest budget on these, but that's at least 400 for now. Solar panel windows, expensive, but it's going to save us a lot of electricity in the long run. And so now, big thing. Modern apartments can house 16 families, and we currently have like 200 families that need a house, right? So what is that? 90 divided by 15 is like what, 9, I think? No, 6 maybe. 1 2 is 30, and then 3 of those is 90. So 6 is almost 100. 6 modern apartments, almost 100. So I would say with 12, maybe 14. If we had like 14 modern apartments, we could house the entire population. Everyone who needs a house right now, at least. So let's go ahead and turn on urban development. And then, what did I say? 14? 14 times 4,000. Let's just call it 5,000. Let's call it 15. 15, so that's what, 50,000. And then half of that's 25, so 75k. We're looking at like $75,000, and that should.
Your job? An official palace statement says it depends on how hard you're working, citizen.
So like 75k should get us at least all the housing down. We're probably gonna need a bit more for what's it called though? Additional what's it called? All of the upgrades for these. Let's do one there like that. So that's how many? 1 2 3 4 5. So there's 5. 6, 7, 8. So that's half of what we need. So we can do the other half in this general city block out here. Now, which way is this facing? I think it's facing this way, and I was thinking 2 can fit here, 2 modern apartments. So let's do one like this, and then one like, oops. One like that. So there's 2 more. Okay. So that brings us up to 10. Need like 5 more. I don't want to put any housing there. Police station's facing that way. So what I'm thinking then is we can do perhaps one like that, then one like this. So that's 12 to 2 to 3 more. We should be okay. We could do one like this and then another one like, ooh, what if we do one like that? That might look cool. Just a couple more and then we should have everything we really need. Let's actually relocate the college somewhere over here. Let's let all this get built up before we try too much harder to like move stuff and get everything super ready. Alright. Big thing. Let's do metro stations. What I want is one here. And then another one out here somewhere. We can demolish this road. Put in a metro station here. Replace the road like that. We don't need to relocate you. I reckon 2 is plenty for now. Metro station, so we have one here. Let's do another one. Ideally right in the center. There, and then this one's probably gonna need 2, so let's do like sort of halvesies, I would reckon. One like that, and then perhaps just to keep it hopefully simple, one more like right there. Cool. So that should be all of the moving around that we're really gonna need. Let's move this office over somewhere. I wanted it somewhere here. Perhaps right here could be a good spot. We're just gonna need to let everything get built up. No, the maximum or the minimum wage on a bank is $25 a month. We can't build banks then. Tisk tisk. Gonna have to come up with other ways then. Could build a ministry, but that's gonna make everyone rich there as well. What can we do? Well, you know what we could do? We can research and enact building permit.
A few opportunities can...
And we just need to try and make like a lot of money. That's definitely going to be a big move off of exports over here. Sugar, is that hides? Sugar and hides looks like we're sort of struggling with. It might just be because, no, we should be fine. Not sure what the issue is. Might have to start producing a little bit more. Yeah, too bad I didn't start this from the very, very beginning. Like, if I'd have been building this island up like this the entire time, then of course we wouldn't have nearly as many people super angry at us. But it'll be okay. I mean, even if an ultimatum or 2 falls through, it'll suck, but we'll probably end up being okay. Doubles. I think anyone who is part of the capitalist faction, or whichever faction has an ultimatum, whenever you don't like deal with it, I think that members of that faction sort of get really upset for a while. So ideally we don't let that happen. And ideally we make enough money to actually, let's get Dunder Still for both of these. Ideally we can make enough money to, what's it called? Get this. That would be perfect actually if we could find the proper offer from the broker. So there's a couple buildings out here I want to move over. Stuff like this waste treatment facility, it's kind of just like costing us a lot of money. Yeah, $56 a month, but still, you know. We would rather deal with that than leave it. There's a couple buildings around, but I'm fairly happy with all of this so far. We've consolidated most everything into these 3 city blocks. 42,000. I think it'll be super worth it in the end to get all of the upgrades for every modern apartment. 42,000. Let's just do it now. Bite the bullet. Cool. The metro stations, we should put those on a higher priority, honestly. And then fire stations, we want to put them on cat and tree. Cool. So there's that. Housing quality is already going up a bit. And we're making a lot of money off of each modern apartment, so that's really, really nice. Made 50,000. How much is that Swiss bank money-wise? Only $350. Not quite enough. Yeah, too bad we can't do the bank thing. Is there any other way that we can make Swiss bank money without a bank? Trying to think. What if we canceled this? We get building permit. Then we try and rush to Caribbean Trade Pact Association. That might be a smarter move. Let's turn on building permit now.
Residente.
I should have done that before we made all these modern apartments. Yeah, it's okay. Let's do... no. Well, let's just play like normal with this edict turned on. Like whatever I would normally do, we'll just continue trying to do that. Okay, so tannery. I kind of want to overproduce the hides. Are we even producing hides? Yes, we have to be, right? Yes, here. It's like we're not producing enough though. So let's set up another factory ranch. Put one here, but I don't like that too much. It's just not very space efficient. Could also put one here. Then again, we could put it down far enough to fit in one more plantation. Let's consider which plantation we would do. Maybe another corn, just so that we're definitely producing enough of that. But then again, we could put a corn plantation around here somewhere, which we should definitely do, just so people don't need to travel too far to get food and stuff. Yeah, I kind of feel like, in hindsight, I wish I would have, what's it called, actually fit this in over here. Can this fit? It almost fits like this. If we shuffle things around, we can make this fit. So we could put this here, move this Teamster's office to here, and then move the cabaret to something like here. Let's do that. Cool. Corn plantation. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, I like that. I think that looks good. Residential occupancy. All these skyscrapers are starting to come into their own. That's really nice. And then pretty much I think everything else is just going to be trying to park it all up, honestly. 380 megawatts. Only 20 megawatts per modern apartment's pretty good. Because without the upgrade, what is that, 50? 50 for each of them is a lot. Bunch of tours show up. Our support's slowly going back up. That's nice. National Day should level up hopefully soon. Yes, we'll get that dealt with very, very soon.
You act with great conviction.
Take the 5,000 ducats. Broker, how much are we at? 800. So we're getting kind of close, potentially. I think we're going to cancel the construction of some of these modern apartments. Just so we can replace them and actually get the, what's it called, Swiss bank money for that. I like the idea of, so I'm not sure, like, I always have like visions of how I want stuff to look and how I want layouts to be, right? Like we could just throw this apartment here, but I think that would be like sloppy because, you know, the front of a building is facing the back of a building, stuff like that. And then another thing is the doors, right? Like how do people actually access the building? That's like another thing that I'm always thinking about. And so if we like zoom in, I like thought about it for all of these buildings that I've placed thus far, right? Like these are kind of on separate ends here, you know, and so you'll be walking into a plaza, regardless of which apartment you walk, like are staying in. And then again, this one reaches out into the plaza. You know, we could have tucked the building entrance into this back corner, but I just don't think that would look very good. So instead, you walk out onto the plaza here, you walk out onto the plaza here. This one's way over in a corner, but somehow we managed to keep the corner where you enter and exit this building reaching into somewhere inwards, which, you know, is what I'm always thinking about. And so again, I like the idea of, no, this one will do in, right? So the two entrances will be here on the inside of those two buildings. Cool, cool, cool. Raider.
Do any of these offers look good to you? They're all strictly legitimate.
Starting to make some good money now. So, what's it called? This just happened, right? Okay. So we're gonna have to generate enough money. So let's unlock a slot here. We're gonna have to generate enough Swiss bank money to both refresh and to purchase the convincing, not convincing talk, the one that gets rid of ultimatums. I forget what it's called exactly. Because this just reset. These are brand new, 4 brand new deals. The reason I unlocked this is because we're gonna refresh at some point relatively soon, and we want like as many chances as possible, right? Because what if we refresh with all of our Swiss bank money and we don't get it? And so it's going to take 340 days before it automatically refreshes, but we only have 290 to try and deal with this ultimatum, right? So Caribbean Trade Pact Association, that sucks, man. We're not going to be able to really move that along super quick. So instead what we can do is actually, we're probably going to have to sort of cheese this a little bit by getting a research lab. Placing it down, potentially just anywhere. Put this on a higher priority, get that done. And we're gonna honestly put it on the max budget just for a little bit, just so we can make sure that we get the Caribbean Trade Pact Association dealt with. There's that, that's nice. Cool. And so again, you know, you have this nice entrance into the plaza areas. This is what I'm talking about. I thought this high school was facing the other way. So I'm gonna relocate this police station. Let's relocate it just across the street. Cool. There we go. Nice and tidy. So, I think the rest of this is pretty much just nothing but parking stuff up. That ain't good. Looks like everything's being taken care of resource-wise. I don't think we're running into any issues. The cattle, I wanted to set up another cattle ranch. Let's do that now. Cattle ranch. Suppose that's fine. Just quick build this one specifically. It's pretty cheap. And then we can max out the budget. Cattle ranch. Get the veterinary vaccination upgrade. And that's fine. We'll leave that as is. Cool. Cool. Legalized substances. Caribbean Trade Pact Association. Almost tempted to quick build that. Let's quick build metro stations for the in the very least. Max out their budgets. More light. Oh no, that's a lot of electricity that I foolishly am not producing currently. The building deteriorates over time. I've never actually turned that on. Solar overload. But I'd rather not deal with it, I think. What do we got in terms of... I mean, we could start putting down, what's it called? Wind turbines. Mainly issue with these is certain factions are going to hate it. Absolutely hate it. Mainly the, what's it called? You know what? Up here, let's do this. I got an idea. I've got a pretty good idea. But the, what's it called, faction's just absolutely going to hate it. The conservative faction, they really do not like that. So I have an idea though. Let's do this to there. And then let's do an ancient ruins here. Quick build that, quick build you. Let's max out the budget. Change this to unofficial scavenging, right? Generates Swiss bank money, but it doubles the wage, so now we gotta decrease it. Oh, even on the lowest budget. Well, let's just max it out for now, and then we'll switch it to something else later on. We just need the Swiss bank money. That's like really, really important. So every little like minor thing that we can possibly do to get us there. Let's max out the budget there. And with that, we can start throwing down a couple of wind turbines, I would say. And again, the conservative faction's really going to hate it, but we're pushing everyone away. We need to start pushing people away from the conservative faction, so let's deal with that as well. And really the only thing we're going to need is a TV station. TV station. If we could fit it in here. And let's just do it here. Go ahead and quick build that on up. And decrease the budget by 1. And we'll research this after the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. Here, let's max out the budget on that. Get that done quick. Let's see what the lowest budget is. 16. That's perfect, actually. Artificial neural network. Decrease upkeep by 70. It's going to require a lot more electricity. Share knowledge. Okay, cool. This is all looking good to me. Just quick build all this. We don't need to max out the budgets yet, so let's actually lower the budgets on those for now. Okay. So we have 100 days to try and get the Swiss bank money, so let's try and do everything we can. 3,200. Alright, so let's refresh and let's just hope.
I came to see you
No.
as soon as I found these were available, Presidente. What do you think?
We have 90 days. And we're pushing everyone towards the environmentalist faction, so that is triple bad. Okay, well, I guess we can try and let's see when the next freighter shows up. 2 months. But by the time they actually leave, we probably won't make any money from that. How much more housing do we need? Just a couple more houses. Let's quick build both of these. I think that'll give us some Swiss bank money, right? Yeah, 1,500. Let's make like $200 off that. We'll try and refresh one more time if we just quick build a bunch of stuff. What can we quick build that's going to be super efficient for making us money? Perhaps we could do a bunch of like tourism stuff. That'd probably be a pretty good idea. Starting out, let's do normal apartments. Looks like we need some over here. Build you. I don't want to do too many more hotels because if we look at fund coverage, Oh no, we're doing alright. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so we can build more tourist stuff then. Let's do some hotels. Start with you. Then we can do you. You. Quick build all that. $1800 from that. So another 300. Cool. That was like another 10 days we had to wait though. Yeah, I only want to try and quick build stuff that's actually going to be like pretty efficient. Luxury entertainment. We already have a nightclub around here. We already have a casino. Let's do some cocktail bars. Can do one here. Let's do a museum of modern art. Very expensive building. Quick build, quick build. Let's throw some parks in here. Museum of Modern Art. We can go up to this budget here. Make it for tourist only. Max out the budget here. Tourist only. Okay. How much does that put us at? 2,200. Let's see here. Could do another casino. Could also do a theater. That's not a bad idea, I don't think. Gourmet restaurant's not gonna work. Snorkel Bay. It's not an expensive building though. Could do restaurants. We could do a movie theater. That's a good idea, I think. And then let's just do some more tourist buildings all throughout here. Just more hotels. Let's throw in a cool park here. And then we're probably gonna want some more normal apartments. So we have enough for one more refresh. Now we gotta do is hope. Well, first off, we gotta hope that this works. Second off, we'll have to try and save up enough money, cheese enough money out to actually get what we're trying to purchase here. Okay, let's cross our fingers.
A few opportunities came up. Nothing illegal. Well, nothing that can be proven to break any laws.
Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to eat that on the chin then. Okay. I mean, not the end of the world. Issue the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. Ooh, we might have to eat 2 things. And that would be pretty bad. I would really hate for that to happen. We need electricity. So let's actually increase the budgets on these. We need to make sure that's continually generating us lots and lots of research. We like need this to go through. Yeah, that really sucks. We're gonna have to deal with that. And we might not even get this. What's it called done here? The Caribbean Trade Pact Association. Making 10 a day, 11 a day. That's really good.
Presidente, what a bummer. You're a
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Palace reassures all citizens that it takes environmental concerns very seriously and is willing to use military force to underline how seriously.
Oh, come on. "24 days left, but in the very least we can issue this edict."
Do you know the secret of better trade deals? Friend.
Cool.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Well, I mean, now that we've done that, we might as well look at these deals. Importing coffee. We can import leather at a pretty good deal. Passenger drones. That's $250,000 on just that deal alone, so we might as well pick that up. But before we do it, we should change this to reduce import taxes, and then we can get tax evasion. And ideally we would have one more worker here. When do these trade deals refresh? 9 months, we have enough time for that, so let's just hire in a foreign worker. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with all sorts of protests happening out here. You know what? For getting an achievement where you end a bunch of protests prematurely. Oh wow, look at that. You can either bribe or send the military, and you have to do, I think, 30 or 50 times. This ultimatum would actually be pretty good for that. We need faith happiness to go up. And yeah, as you can see, oh well, look at the overall happiness shot up because of the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. On top of that, the environmentalist, what's it called? Thing. Like if we go and click on some random environmentalist.
I am sorry, not today, please.
And then we go here. Yeah, look at their approval. Minus 50 personal experience just from that edict. But these are diehards. Maybe...
Please excuse me.
Nope, yeah, minus relative happiness, personal experience. Oh, okay, so personal experience, they only lost a little bit, the less they believe in that faction. Okay, that's pretty important to know. So the more deeply someone like follows a faction, right? So yeah, so like if they're moderate, they lose 15, I guess. If they're strong, let's just click on a random one and see. It looks like they're losing 25. And then if they're diehard environmentalists, they lose 50 personal experience. Yeah, minus 50 personal experience. That's kind of insane. So that's really important to know. And then relative happiness, we need that to go up. And then, yeah, that really, really sucks that we specifically lost that. What's it called? Ultimatum. Hopefully we can sort of get things to sort of even out for us, but we just got this worker in. I think we'll increase the budget for just a moment. Reduce import taxes, tax evasion. Where are the passenger drones? Minus 64 at this deal. That's over $250,000 then. Over the course of 50 like freighters showing up. So that's pretty good. Just consistent money for a while. We can import planks, cotton. The plank deal might be a good one, potentially. Leather could be decent as well. Over the course of 50, we'll make 140,000. Yes, plank deal isn't going to make us too much money. Coffee from America. Pretty much indefinitely get coffee. Kind of cool, but it's not really useful. So let's do the leather deal. And then going with that, let's see if we can find a good deal for leather. Because we're producing our own leather and it'd be nice to actually sell leather at an increase. Ooh, look, cars might be going up. No, they're not really going up. We should produce cars though at some point. I'm gonna ×4 through this entire year just so we can get rid of all these protests and stuff, and hopefully people aren't too mad with us as time goes on. Still, some of these protests start kind of like eking our way towards that achievement. Paying off some people. Power shortage. Oh yeah, we can actually decrease this down to the lowest budget now. Cool. So that's pretty decent. Make sure these are on this budget. Solar panel windows. Let's go and get that. Cool. I think we're doing all right. Yes, everyone should have a home. Plenty of jobs still. Bribe a bunch of people. Let's get another cathedral in then. I kind of really like the idea of it going here-ish. Now let's do like this. Maybe even like that.
New genetically modified crops are a smash hit in the neighboring islands of the Pobreza Republic. Farmers say, we love paying for seed grain every year.
I think this is okay. We can actually turn off. What's it called? We can turn building permit off, honestly. Like, it's just costing us a lot of money for no reason at this point. Cancel this construction, cancel that construction. Let's replace them so that they're a bit cheaper. Cool. And then, honestly, I think I'm gonna go through and park up all of this now. I would have liked to fit in more offices. Maybe we'll try and fit in one office real quick. See what we can do and where we can do it. No, there's just like really no more space. It would have been really nice, but I don't see that happening. So let's just go ahead and start parking up a bunch of stuff. Let's do this here. Let's do that there. I like that design. I think that looks good. Let's actually demolish you and put a 2x1 here instead. I think that'll look fine. Okay. I think this is a 2x3, so we could fit in. Ooh, this is a 3x4. That's kind of nuts. I think we'll fit 2 of these in though. Keep it real simple. Don't need to overthink it. I think that'll look fine too. I do want a nice big something here. I think that'll look tremendously cool. And no, I think it's not really gonna fit too well. Let's do a 2x3. We could do this one, which will be green right here in the center. That might be kind of a cool look for things. And then perhaps what we do is something like that with something like that. What if we put another really cool park here? Two by two, and we have 2 of them, so let's just fit in, thinking something like that probably work well. National Day is leveled up again. We can just turn National Day off as well, because that's going to decrease crime safety all over the island, and I'd rather not deal with that. Decreases crime safety only by 3 points? That's insane. Decreases religious standing by 5. So can we deal with the religious standing being decreased by 5? Yeah, I think that's fine. Conservative faction, they really don't like all of our wind turbines. So hopefully we can get them to quit being upset about that. 2x3, probably just something real simple like that. Cool. We tiled up this entire city blocks. That's 2 city blocks completely done. And we're on the way there. We need to research this building. Is it modern times? No, it's got to be Cold War, right? Yes. And with this, we want to do global news. That's going to push everyone away from the conservative faction towards the intellectual faction. So now we just got to keep these factions on this left side happy and the communist happy. And as long as we can do that, we can keep our support on up. The Caribbean happiness is starting to go down after we enacted the Caribbean Trade Pact Association. With this cathedral being finished, we'll get faith happiness to start going back up. And I think we'll be in a pretty good spot after that. Cool. So things are looking up. Quite happy with it all. Yeah, we did have to sort of deal with the ultimatums there for a while, but with a bit of time, people will hopefully forget. I'm not sure that they will. Let's actually demolish you specifically and put in instead this. And then a 1x1 here. Cool. Fully tiled. Amazing stuff. Checking on the population, homeless families, we're starting to get to the point where that's all taken care of. Who's rich here? Nuclear power plant workers. Do we have enough money or enough electricity to destroy these? Or destroy this? 500. It's producing 600, so if we... I think for now, this is going to look a bit ugly in my opinion, solar power plants. Just quick build you. National Day, I thought I turned that off. Are we leaving it on? It's not doing us a whole lot of like huge favors, so we'll just go ahead and turn it off. Alright. Things are looking alright. With this, we should be able to demolish the nuclear power plant. So let's go ahead and demolish that now. Cool. We're gonna need a substation over here. Let's just throw that down somewhere. Cool. The conservatives hate the fact that we destroyed that. Is that what that is? Yeah, they don't like the fact that we're building solar power plants or the wind turbines, but eh. We'll deal with it. Okay, cool. So that's all looking decent at least. Alright. So, who else is rich? Who's filthy rich here? This guy's gotta be a, like, master criminal. That's annoying. And I reckon that we're starting to run into more criminals. Oh yeah, the ancient ruins. Let's change this to perhaps almost pristine. We could do theme park exploit. Yeah, that seems fine, honestly. They got rid of a lot of the rich people. Customs office workers can decrease their budget by 1. And then who are you and what do you do? A clinic worker. Yeah, this guy's got to be like a master criminal. That's literally all it is. Because his wife works in a cabaret. She doesn't make enough money to be rich. And then he doesn't have a job, right? We just don't know that he's a criminal. So that's kind of annoying, but not a whole lot that we can do about that. Let's go and check out the other end of the spectrum. Logging camp workers. Solar power plant. It's got to be these 14 unemployed people. Palace worker. Let's move that up a bit.
Can I help you?
Hotel workers, we can max that out. Hotel camarote.
Did I forget something?
Theater worker, we can max that out.
Just squeeze past, please.
Nice weather.
A high school student. We have social security turned on. The max, or the, what's it called? 65% of the average wage only equals $9 if you read that first sentence there. So we're getting close. We need to increase the average wage on the island up a bit. So that's why we want to get as close as we can to $20 a month without going over. Decrease the budget there. I think a lot of office workers are going to be needed, honestly. And now we have a lot of tourists, and I reckon that they're gonna, yeah, it looks like they're trying to go and use, like, our other facilities all over the island. And that's gonna make our Tropicans upset. Because they're not gonna be able to use their own stuff. Max out the budget there. Who's filthy rich?
Are you lost?
So stressed.
You're the criminal.
Being watched.
You're his wife. Ooh, do we have 2 master criminals now?
Hola.
Oh, busy these days.
How the hell are you guys filthy rich?
That looks nice.
Can I help you?
That's impossible, right? Oh, this guy's a criminal.
What do you mean by that?
See?
Sergio Morales, and then this
Let it
guy,
be.
Dijkstra. Works in a library.
May I help you?
She's got to be a, what's it called then, like a master criminal as well. That's really annoying. We got a bunch of criminals on the island. We got to start dealing with them. Can't really do that quite yet though. 65% If the average wage was $19, then 65%, that'd be more than half, and half of that would be, what, $8? Eesh. We would need like the entire island to be at like 20. No. If it was 18, then that's $9 a month at half, right? That's what we're like literally at, $9 a month. So close. Perhaps we try and focus on... Ooh, what if we do this? Does that push us to the limit there? Ah, I was really hoping that would work. Hey, we're starting to make a lot of money though. That is a positive. Yo. I think I bugged the game out. They've been celebrating ever since the beginning of the year. Free wills, industrialization. I think I might quit the game out and just see if that fixes this. Hey, we fixed it. Medium rebel threat. I didn't notice that the first time it popped up. It must have popped up earlier. That is really, really not good. I mean, we have so much liberty that... Yeah, like, look at the island. 50 everywhere. I guess it's time for us to research and enact the right to bear arms, increases liberty, decrease crime safety, military squads deal more damage, decrease militarist standing by 15. Are we doing anything else that makes them upset? Kind of. Just building, like, religious buildings, I guess. We can have their support tank. I think that's fine. What else is it going to give us? Increases industrialist and capitalist standings. Okay. So let's go ahead and research and enact that.
You're never.
Because being free hopefully means that people don't want to become rebels. Now look at that. Liberty all over the island. It's really, really good. So that is quite cool. And let's spend a bit of money on... You know what I'm thinking? I think it's time for us to... First off, move the college to here. Or here. Ooh, I think that looks really good. Let's do that. And then, what are the wages on offices looking like? $16 a month, that sucks, man. It's so, like, close, like... I think it'd be really cool if you could give custom wages, right? Or, like, if you could set the budgets, and then you could, like, kind of have, like, a little slider for the wages to sort of, like, move those around a bit. Because the way things are going right now, Social Security, it's just... It's so close, like, we need it. It has to work. Not only that, it's gotta be... Like, we need people to get enough money from it. I wonder if the percentage goes up. That would be really sick. I kind of think it does. If it goes up to 70%, that's like close to 3/4 of the average wage. Is all we would need. That'd be so good. I'm not sure if that's the case though, but we'll deal with that whenever we have to. Yeah. We need to come up with jobs that like anyone can do, and they give, like, what's the wage here? $18 a month, but there's not a lot of job slots. We need something that everyone can do that gives like a really good wage. Hotel workers only making $12 a month. We need something at like $18 a month. If we can find something that gives like exactly $18 a month on a certain wage, that would be actually perfect. Cathedral workers. Wow, $62,000. We're making a lot of money, honestly. And that is very good. Maybe the coal miners, we can start replacing a lot of these miners with, what's it called? Automated mines. Only downside is it costs 50 electricity for each of them. We only have enough right now for 2. Not amazing. But we are making a lot of money. We have like 3 years until the next election. We need to start getting our happiness is up. Faith should be going up as time goes on, honestly. The service quality is only 66. Why is it so low? Budget modifier, childhood museum. Theocracy? Whoa. Curious. Nobody's graduated from this one. What about our high schools? 16, 29, 18. Some pretty bad numbers. But hopefully it'll be okay. We just need to think about more things. The 16 wage is really annoying, right? Because like even 70% of 16 I don't think is over 10, is it? 7, what's 70% of 6? Math is hard. 0.7 times 6, 6 times 6, 36, 42, 4.2, so what is that? 4.2 plus 7 is 11.2. So if we can pay everyone a wage of 16, 65%, you know what? I think 16 will be enough. I'm gonna pull out my calculator real quick. So 16 times 0.65 equals 10.4. That's enough. Okay, well, even right now, so we just need to get as many jobs as possible to 16. So we can build offices. Okay, that's actually perfect then. Let's build up some offices then. Offices make a lot of money. That'll be really good. I kind of like the idea of this. Like I said, I don't like buildings being up against other buildings, but because it's sort of like a plaza out here in the front, I think it looks fine. So then we can throw in, I'm thinking we'll mix it up and do a 2x1 and then a 1x1 on the corner here. And then we go one budget down. Water coolers. Cool. Now these people are making well off wages. They're making 16. We're making tons and tons of money. Let's do... What about a courthouse? Let's purchase this and just give it a look over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We could do it here. No, I don't like that. Could do something like this, but... What if we make like a bunch of really like fancy, expensive, and important buildings right here, and then we surround it with like a bunch of tall buildings? I think that'd be cool. A nice aesthetic. So let's try out a courthouse, and I suppose that here's as good a spot as any. What else are we gonna want here? Not the embassies. Raids or military, not really. Maybe like a spy academy could be good. Yeah, let's do a spy academy. So let's flip the courthouse and the spy academy around. And then let's do a trading post as well. This will be a really important building. Perhaps we kind of make it... No, we should do this honestly over here by the dock. I think that's a good spot for it. And we need to start doing trade deals. We need to start making all the countries happy. I'm thinking... What if we do embassies out here? I think that's good. Then let's relocate this one to there. Or we could do it here. Yeah, let's do it there. Cool. Just quick build all these. And what we can do is just literally go down the list and invite all of these different countries.
You have done as we asked, which is all.
And then we want to try and keep at least one trade deal going to each of them, no matter what. Because doing that's going to keep up their happinesses. Ooh, the militarists really didn't like the fact that we made 5 of those in a row. Yeah, that was a -4 for each of them. Well, I think a -5, because we only have 4 new ones. Either way, they did not really like that, but it's whatever. Let's sit here and think. Well, it's fine, I think. Let's look at foreign powers. Yeah, look at that. Looking pretty good. We just want to try and keep that up. And what else I'm thinking is we can do gourmet restaurants. We're going to need like 3 of these. Maybe even more. Let's do one here for now, and then perhaps one over here. Quick build. These are really, really expensive, so it's probably a dumb idea to quick build them, but I mean, screw. Ooh, $18 on the wage. That's cool. Requires a high school education. And the big thing is we can switch this to dignitaries only. So each superpower is getting a 10-point bonus to their standings, right? Go and click on each of these. Dignitaries only, we're getting a +20. And the maximum for this is a +30. So then all we need is one more gourmet restaurant. Throw it literally anywhere. Quick build this one up, and dignitaries only, and we're getting plus like 30 to each of the superpowers. That's actually really, really good. And let's just praise.
Construction of a top secret spy base. In other news, El Presidente's new personal art gallery has exceptionally high security.
Cool. We have a spy academy now, and so then let's just do like an observation. Maybe like a bunch of observations. Cool. So we can start like really figuring out who's who. They want us to build a roller coaster. I mean, why not? Let's do it. If that's all they want. I'll just demolish that then. The wage is only $9 a month, so we're going to demolish that. So now we have maxed out relations with literally all of the superpowers. And then we can put some like really fancy buildings all throughout here. Let's do a 2x2 right in the center and then surround it with 2x1s. I think that'll look good. Cool, and then we can throw in some 2x1s, maybe something very similar to the other one. I think that looks good. Cool. So that's all looking pretty nice. The Middle East is the only one that doesn't. Oh no.
Called rebellion. However, the palace warns that without a license to play, rebellion is illegal.
This is really, really not good. I mean, it's not too terrible right now. What we can do is actually research policy of detente here. And yeah, that sucks. They're gonna be just like burning buildings down for a bit, and hopefully we don't like have them come attack us. If they do attack us, they'll burn down whatever they want on the way to the palace, and then we have enough palace guards to actually deal with them. It just sucks that we have to deal with that. So ideally, we do something about it. The Middle East, we can sell them all of our coal. I reckon that's fine. And so as long as we can sort of bump everyone, all the superpowers, over 100, I'll be pretty happy with it. Cool. That's all we wanted. And quick build a trading post. And then let's change the superpower. Does this change anything? No, let's just slowly go down the list. We'll start with, what's it called? China here. And let's sell to them, I suppose, all of our rum. Let's sell them rum. Cool. So we need to put 1,000 rum in there, and then we can sell it. The next place we'll perhaps do like the boats that we're producing, and then we'll just slowly go down the list. All of our leather, furniture. Yeah, that's pretty much all we're producing right now for the main goods. Yeah, that really sucks. The rebels are burning stuff down. They burned down the research lab and then the spy academy. That's not great. But what we can do is actually come and purchase a firefighting helicopter, and just simply send the... Did we purchase it? Send firefighting helicopter. Did they change that? I think they changed that, I swear. It used to be different. But all we gotta do is wait for the end of the year. Oh, it already changed. Cool. So now as we can see, we're getting like the maxed out trade deals here. But you know what? Maybe it's best just to wait for these things to go through. Then again, we could do a bunch of imports from them. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's... Like, I really like the Caribbean Trade Pact Associations, but what I'm thinking is we only have 10 deals, right? So what I'm thinking is, what if we do 5 deals of imports from the major superpowers, and then 5 deals of major exports? And the reason we'd want to do that is the imports can be smaller volumes to keep them happy. We can just keep on doing them. It'll make us good money and stuff as time goes on. So we'll do that with 5, and then 5 for the major exports, which is where we're like actually going to be making good money. So I think that's going to be our method. So let's go and find our customs office. Change this to reduce import taxes. And cars, look at that. We can import cars from China. In just 15 rotations, we'll make $100,000. So that's a pretty good deal. Let's go and pick that up. Cheese, not too amazing. Balloons, not amazing. Apparel's a good one. Another 100,000 off of 28 deals there. Let's buy this. So we can start getting rid of, like, I don't want to get rid of these. They're really, really good, but nah, we'll keep them actually. We'll keep them around for a bit. Let's just buy all the trade licenses. Give ourselves some breathing room. So we're importing cars, apparel. The coal deal, we can cancel this one now. Hopefully that doesn't make, what's it called, the Middle East too upset with us. EU and Russia, we need to get them some deals so they don't feel left out. Ooh, electronics, that's a really good one. I shouldn't be doing these max volume ones, so that's kind of a bad idea. Like, we should do like 7,000 meat or whatever. Ooh, weapons, there's so many good deals though, man. Smart furniture. Let's just do one of each. Let's do America and who's left? Russia. America and Russia. Something from each of those guys. Or to each of those guys. Russia's really only got the meat deal. Cocoa, we could do this one. Any good exports to Russia? Ooh, furniture. I like that. Let's actually do that. That'll be really good for us. So let's do stimulate exports. The furniture deal, $100,000 made over the course of that trade deal. We're actually importing cars from China, so then we can sell cars to America at an increase in volume. That's actually really amazing. So we should make a lot of money over the next couple of over the next while. Quite good. And we got to deal with these rebels somehow. Why are we not making enough?
The citizens are
Electricity.
demanding elect.
Let's deliver a good speech. We'll do faith, happiness. Let's praise, honestly, let's praise the communist. We don't need to blame anyone or promise anything.
Tropico.
Now, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to need a rather prompt decision on these offers.
And I think before we do the policy of detente there, it'd probably be a good idea to get... Oh, you don't need to research tax cut. We can do a tax cut right before the election happens. What else can we do? Wherever it is, yeah, the policy of detente, let's put that back on. Okay, let's go into times 4 speed. I think I'm going to deal with this election and then that'll be the end of our episode. Why do we have such a high rebel threat, man? It's kind of getting completely out of hand. I know why we don't have electricity, because the Spy
The
Academy? No.
Wealth from Health Corporation are slashing the prices of plastic surgery this month. Get the free, freaky lip plumping with every nip and tuck.
The research lab costs a lot of electricity. Let's do a couple more wind turbines. Max there, budget's out. Yeah, still not super duper popular, but tax cuts should make things a lot better. Policy of detente, hopefully we can get rid of all of the rebels, that'd be amazing.
Have you seen the stock prices, Brett?
Cool. Policy of detente.
The rebels are
Rebels converted 79, guerrillas 6. That's really good. Hopefully that's like most of them, if not all of them. Produce meat. Well, we're already doing meat production, so that's fine. We should be able to easily do that. And I think getting pretty close to it. Yeah, look how much money. We're just printing so much money now. All the imports and exports that we're doing is really helping out quite a bit. I want to wait roughly, I would say maybe 8 months before this election to pop the tax cut. So if you're not sure what tax cut does, this is one of like the best edicts in the game for support. Increases the approval of all citizens. It costs $5 per employed citizen. So a really, really good edict. Homeless families, insufficient support, so the game says. Yeah, I guess a year before is probably good. Not super amazing. Let's build up another cathedral, I would say. I was hoping that we wouldn't need another one, but I think that we're definitely going to need at least one more. This one here, quick build it. Let's actually increase the budget of these just for now. Okay, yeah, we're starting to get some support there.
Thanks for your help,
Let's take the conservative standing, just because that'll give us a bit more support.
A
Broker.
few opportunities came up. Nothing illegal. Well, nothing that can be
49%, 50%, we should win this election. 10 roles revealed, let's look. Special citizens, criminal, 6 rebels, crime lords. Let's just keep that up. Rebels and crime lords and stuff. Cool. And I think... Oh wait, did we ever... Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, let's check this out. So we have the 1000 ready. Let's go to trade deals. New trade deals in 4 months. Let's let that go through real quick. The right to arms levels up.
An impromptu vandalism competition
They're
ended
attacking
in victory
again.
today for the Tropican rebels as they beat the local authorities by 2.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to vote for you many, many times.
I wish we could find a way to just like get the rebels to leave.
Security like a well-funded army, President.
Alrighty, so coming near the end of our 4th episode here, I turned off the recording, and usually I'll like turn it off and turn it back on with like some function keys, but I sadly forgot to turn it on. We missed like a year, but I think the year went by quickly, and I mean, not a whole lot happened. We dealt with just more rebels showing up. I'm not sure if it's shown in the video. I issued the policy of detente. It got rid of, I think, 80 rebels all at once. It was pretty good, kind of life-saving for the island. We don't have to go and fight like some war with just our palace troops and stuff like that, so things seem fine. And then we also won the election. I'm not too sure if that ended up in the episode. I think it actually did. And then I sort of just like go around and talk about different things real quick. We'll get a quick look over on the island. Yeah, I don't think that we missed me building up too much. I know for a fact I built up this cathedral, and that may or may not have made it in the episode. And then I'm not sure about too much else. I don't think that I constructed anything in that time period. And real quick, we also went through and did a trading post trade with China for all of our rum. I think the exact percentage was, I believe, 43%. Rum, 46%. That's pretty good. But yeah, like not a whole lot happened, and yeah, I just really quickly wanted to throw this little clip in there so there's like no confusion, because I was like watching it and then all of a sudden it like jumps a year and I'm talking about something random. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. So apologies. So it's going to be a lot less workers in these mines, but in the very least they're going to have more than enough wage, which will be really good. And then I'm still hoping that Social Security goes up. I'm fairly certain it's up to 70. And let me pull up my calculator again real quick. Calculator, let's just do let's get 19, I guess, times 0.7 is 13. That's pretty good. So what would we do? 10 divided by 0.7? 14? 14.2. So if someone makes $15 a month times 0.7. Okay, so if we make it to 0.7, if this edict levels up to 0.7, then all we need to do is have like a fairly consistent average wage of $15 a month, and the Social Security will be $10 a month. And so that means everyone who retires, everyone who's in school will be in the well-off wage bracket, right? And already, look at most of the islands well off. That's really, really cool.
Let me be.
Logging camp workers, there's a number of unemployed people. High school and college educated people, they want jobs. We need to figure out what to do with all that. But yeah, there's still a lot left for us to sort of get under control. Maybe we make some hydroponic plantations and that sort of thing. Yeah, we'll just have to think it all over. But either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with the rest of the Tropico 6 Perfect Communism playthrough, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.